Once the tray has been installed and the walls have been tiled, then the Daryl shower door is ready to be fitted. There are two boxes. One contains the door and all the required fittings. The other box contains the inline panel and fittings. The door pack will include 2 wall channels, door and wall channel caps, screws and drill bits. There will also be 2 splash guards. Please be careful not to throw these away with the packaging. With the inline panel will be a bracing bar, 2 joint panel caps and screws. The door is secured with packing clips to stop the glass moving in transit. Please remove these clips very carefully by edging the glass out and sliding the clips off. Before starting to fit the door, place a protective cover on the shower tray. Check that the finished tiled dimensions are within the door adjustment range. Please refer to the fitting instructions for further information. Mark the tray with a pencil 6 mm in from the front face on both sides. Place the wall channel upright on the wall at the marked position. There are 4 sets of 3 holes down each wall channel. Mark the centre hole of the 3 with a pencil on each of the 4 sets of holes. Now position the other wall channel at the 6 mm marked point and mark the holes in the same way. It is essential that the channels are vertical, so check before and after marking the centre holes. Drill and plug the 8 marked holes with the 8 mm drill bit supplied. Using the 2.5-inch round head wood screws provided, screw the wall channels to the wall, but leave a gap of about 50 mm before fully tightening. Then seal the inside between the channel and the wall from top to bottom. The wall channels should still be exactly vertical. Now tighten the screws, fitting the 2 wall channels securely to the wall. The door can be fitted either side for left or right opening. Lift the door and locate onto the required wall channel. Push the door carefully fully back to the wall and it will just slot and hold in place until securely fixed later. However, do not leave the door unattended and get someone to assist at this stage. Lift the inline panel and push it fully onto the other wall channel. Then pull the door and inline panel together in the middle and fully locate, ensuring that both inline panel and door are still within the wall channels. Remove the 3 vinyl covers from the inside left, right and centre verticals of the door and panel to reveal the drill holes. Keep the vinyl covers safe, they'll be refitted later. Check the middle channels of the door and inline panel are still fully located and level at the top. Standing on the inside of the door, drill using the 3 mm drill on the 4 marked holes down the vertical join of the door and inline panel to secure the 2 together. Using the small pan head self-tapping screws, screw the top hole first to ensure the door and inline panels stay level at the top. Then secure the other 3 screws. Fit the joint cap from the panel pack at the top where the door and panel meet. There are 2 caps provided, but only 1 required, depending on whether the door is positioned left or right. Place the bracing bar onto the top of the door with the groove facing to the front. The bar is pre-drilled with 12 holes, but only 8 are required, 4 around the join of the door and inline panel and 2 on each end. Secure using the small countersunk screws provided in the inline panel pack. The door and inline panel have now been braced. Now lift the door and panel carefully using 2 people to support the weight. Insert 2 small wooden blocks about 20 mm high to support the door and panel whilst applying the sealant. Make sure the sealant stays well within the shape of the frame so it doesn't ooze out when the door and panel are finally lowered. Put sealant inside the 2 wall channels. Remove the blocks, adding more sealant in their place if required. Carefully lower the door and panel back into position, checking that the visible amount of metal is evenly balanced on each side and that the door is vertical and level at the top. Adjust slightly if not. Standing on the inside, drill the 4 marked holes down each of the 2 verticals where the door and panel join the wall channels. Secure using the small screws supplied with the door pack. Replace the 3 vinyl covers on the vertical sections. Fit the door and wall channel caps. The wall channel cap with the Daryl logo is applied to the right-hand side. Attach the splash guard to the door, starting at the inside edge and push upwards onto the glass. The pack includes 2 splash guards, but only one is needed, depending on whether it's a left or right-hand door. Open and close the door to check that the ball catches operate properly. The glass should be held firmly between the ball catch and the vertical seal, but without being too tight. The ball catch can be adjusted by carefully placing a screwdriver into the slot in the ball. Turn clockwise for less grip and anti-clockwise for more grip. The door handle may have twisted during installation. To correct, simply remove the small cap on the inside handle, slacken the screw, move the handle back to the correct position, tighten the screw and replace the cap. Seal all overlapping frame and wall joints on the inside verticals. Be very careful not to apply too much sealant, as it can become very unsightly after the shower has been used for a while. On the outside, make the final seal between the shower tray and the door and panel, so if any water does get into the unit, it'll drain back into the tray. The installation is now complete. Allow 24 hours for the sealant to cure before use. Key tips to remember. The tray is set level. Tile down to the top and front of the tray. Be careful not to throw away the parts packs. Always check verticals before drilling. Seal at all key stages. Always refer to the fitting instructions. Following these guidelines will ensure the perfect fit of the Daryl shower door and provide the end user with years of enjoyable showering.